Hi everyone. Ah, I don't look as bad as I should. I have no right to look this good. No right at all. I haven't been sleeping properly. In fact, I haven't been sleeping at all. I haven't slept at all this either yesterday or this morning. Because I was up all night. I was up all night doing my readings and shit. And, I've tried to be as quiet as I can because I know everybody's got to go to school in the morning and people have things to do. So I'm just up kind of waiting for my router to come. I've got a new router coming, so I'm waiting for that. It might have been delivered already actually. I don't know. But I'm waiting for my new router to come. And I'm just basically in bed, like trying to catch up on sleep without actually sleeping, if that makes sense. So I'm taking a power nap by like keeping my eyes shut, but I'm not actually asleep. So it's not like I don't know what's going on, but it's just, I don't know, man. It's just yeah, I just think it's silly. But then again, it's targeting, isn't it? That's basically what we go through. So today, I heard the kids basically saying to a staff member of the school. So the way it works, right? There's always a staff member that goes round to certain neighborhoods in Woodendine and picks the kids up to go to school. And at least one of those people at the school, at least one of them, have been involved in my targeting and have been involved in my stalking. So that's the first thing I need to say before I say what I'm about to say next. The second thing is that if you look through my videos over the last few weeks, I've literally been so busy. I've been editing, I've been researching, I've been doing so much while I was here. It'd be one thing if I was just sitting here, like just doing nothing and contemplating over the past, but like I've been doing so much lately, and I've had so much on. Like, it's not that I don't notice the gang stalking is there. It's just that my mind is on other things, and I don't mean other things apart from the gang stalking. I mean like my mind is just on other things. I'm just focused on doing positive stuff at this point. Because at the end of the day, nobody's gonna stop harassing me just because I'm upset about it. So why am I gonna waste my time? I'm too old for that shit. So I've just been focusing on my own stuff. But couple of things I want to point out. The first thing I want to point out is today the kids went to school. I spoke to one of the staff members. Now, judging by the staff member's voice, it's the same one that's been involved in my targeting as well, right? So the kids turn around to this person as they're getting picked up to go to school. They say, "Uh, you know, that woman's been saying we're evil, or that black woman's been saying we're evil." And I'm like, well, bitch, what? Like, when did I say that? Now, you guys look through my YouTube videos, right? And I told you that basically punitive psychiatry was being used to traffic ordinary human beings, because it is, right? But I'm thinking, when did I say you were evil? When did I say any of that? I haven't even slept. You guys have heard me. I've been up milling about trying to, do my research and shit and typing away, clacking away on my fucking laptop. At what point did I say anyone was evil? And then on top of that, like, I swear this little girl is still maintaining that I've put spells on her and her family. I'm thinking you guys can hear me. I don't mean to be loud, but I am loud. If there was anything to do with you, you would know. you would know for sure. So that's the second thing. So the first thing is that today there's this nonsense about me saying that they're evil when I haven't said shit about them. Second thing is there's been this obsession with spells, and I'm like, I haven't put any spells on it. Like, what are you doing right now? And then the third thing is that a couple of days before that, or a few days before this incident, I think it was one of the cousins or something that came over that said, I think basically attacking all black people. I'm not gonna say what these kids have been saying, but to get to me and to get a rise out of me, they basically attacked all black people. And I'm thinking, these people are, I don't know what these adults are raising these kids to do, but it seems to me like these adults are not educated, don't have the slightest clue about how life works. It just seems like the only thing they ever talk about is race, and, you know, and again, they're not the only racist ones. There are racist people around here. All they talk about is race. All they talk about is race, and what they don't talk about shit. They have nothing to do, and they have nothing to talk about. So of course these kids are gonna turn around and try to talk some smack about all black people to try to get a rise out of me. And I'm thinking, okay, so it's one thing if you hate me, but what the fuck did all black people do to you for you to say some shit like that? And baby, the stuff that they said, right? Listen, I know they don't want that read. I know they don't want that read. Okay? I know they don't want that read. You know, because it's always I've dealt with racism before I dealt with that family. And the racist people, they're usually the most gutter snipe, out of control, like they can barely look after themselves. And I'm feeling like the reason why they barely look after themselves is because looking after themselves would be too ethnic. But they barely look after themselves. They don't like, and then they want to talk about black people. I'm like, no, stop it. You are not, just stop it. Just stop it. And what did all black people do to you? There's one black person that you got an issue with. There's one black person that sounded off when two little kids were harassing me for 3 weeks when they just moved in. Okay. There was one black person who went smooth the fuck off and got tired of the harassment. There was one black person who had numerous mental breakdowns because this family were going out of their way to bully me. There was one black person who wanted to beat one of the relatives' ass for getting at me. And even then, all of that was last year. Not even last year. All of that was the year before. 2021, I said it was last year. It wasn't last year. It was the year before. The year before was when it was particularly bad because they moved in November 2021 and they've been harassing me for the best part of a year. So it was when they just moved in that all of this shit started. So you have a problem with one black person for almost 2 fucking years. It's been more than a year already. You have a problem with one black person for almost 2 years. And now suddenly all black people have got to be thrown in a mix. This is why all of this has really taught me bigotry is not the move, because there are narcissistic cunts of every shade, every color, every background. There are always going to be narcissistic cunts that over-identify with their background, and then in a bid to cover up their insecurity, they act like arbitrary shit that they can't control makes them superior to someone else. But that's not because of their skin color. They don't do that because of their skin color. They don't do that because of their background or where they come from. They don't do that because of any of that. They do that because they're cunts. It's as simple as that. If somebody annoys you and their race is their race is your first go-to, you're a cunt. It's as simple as that. And I'm not saying that these kids are, but I'm just saying that's what they've been taught, and that's who they've been taught by. Cunts. But like, and again, like, attack me. Come after me. Come after me. Say I'm fat or something. But then again, that would be attacking all fat people. Like, say something about me specifically. Like, stop trying to go after disabilities and weight and say something about me. There is plenty to use. Plenty. I have a whole YouTube library where you could use something on me to insult me with without having to drag every other black person into it. Like, there are plenty that you could say about me and me by myself. Why bring race into it? And why go to the school and lie that I've been saying you're evil? Why do that? But then again, I've got to be brought back to the targeting, okay? Because this is how the targeting works. If they can't get to you and they can't get to, if they can't get to you, then what they'll do is they'll carry on the smear campaign behind your back to make it look like you're intimidating people into silence, and try to make it look like, oh, nobody can say anything about you because then you'll get angry and you'll get... I'm thinking, this is not about you saying stuff. It's about you actively harassing a person. And even when they show signs of being driven to madness by your behavior, you still don't stop. Do you understand what I'm saying? Even when they see there are signs that they might take their own life or might harm themselves because of your behavior, you still don't stop. That's what this is about. It's not about you having an opinion. So these kids walking around, I bet any money their mother put them up to it. These kids fucking go into school saying, oh, she said we were evil. No, either the mother put them up to it, or this is something that these kids have concocted behind the scenes in order to use their vulnerability as leverage. Because the thing is, if they can't get to you directly through pissing you off, then they will get to you by making shit up to other people who are not in the general vicinity of this area, who can't hear what you're saying, who can't see what you're doing. The only thing they have to go on with regards to your behavior is what neighbors are saying about you. And they've been weaponizing that against me in order to talk this nonsense. So for me, it's just like, I want to act like I don't understand, but the truth is I do, because that's what this is about. It's a counterintelligence thing. If you can't get to the person directly, then you got to go around them, right? So if they can't get to me through annoying me or through getting me out of the house so they could, so people can break in, if they can't do that, then they've got to get to me through they can't even get to me through gaslighting, and they could barely get to me through insulting me. It literally took me, even with the vile things that these people were saying, it literally took me hearing that I've been saying these people were evil when I didn't say jack shit about them in my last video. It literally took these children turning around to a school member of staff who's probably involved in my targeting anyway, turning around and telling that person that I said they were evil, like, and then the school staff member saying, "Oh no, you're not evil." I'm like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but it literally took that for me to be galvanized into even making a video, because it's like I got to explain my side, even though I know that perps are going to be the only one to see it. At the end of the day, if they report this video to the police or they show this video to anybody, then my side of the story gets out there. And this is the thing, right? I'm loud as fuck. Like, I've got the windows open right now. But even without the windows open, I am loud as hell. If I was going to be saying that these people were evil, the other neighbors would have heard me and they would have said something. Word would have got around. Would have got around and they would have known the time and date. Let me tell you something. There is no way. Everybody would have heard. Everybody would have heard. I'm very, very loud. Because the thing is, if I feel like the harassment is getting too much, I'll be yelling at the top of my lungs. I've done it before. So it's like, again, because they can't get to me directly through gaslighting and through trying to get a response out of me, this is what happens. There's more reliance on the smear campaign stuff. So it's annoying, but it's not unexpected. Again, if you can't get through to the target, you've got to get around the target. And smear campaigns, when the person isn't doing anything, is getting around the target. But yeah, I've just been trying to edit this fucking like full moon in Australasia video. Like, it's supposed to be out by the 5th, but I'm having problems filming, not only because of my sleeping patterns, but because of, you know, my laptop itself. Because it's an ordinary laptop, it takes a fucking life age to upload shit. And I'm waiting for a new router because this router is slow. So there's all kinds of technical problems going on with my editing and stuff. So I've been trying to fix that. I've been trying to do my filming. I've been doing so much. Like, it's been absolutely crazy. The only thing that I will say is that being on technology so much is fucking with my sleeping patterns. Because I'm not getting out enough and I'm not going out walking enough and I'm not going out doing enough physical activity. Combined with the fact that I'm on tech all the time, it's fucking with my sleeping patterns. It's also fucking with my cognitive abilities, because the radiation that comes from the tech, it drastically reduces your cognitive function, memory, all that. So yeah, I can't, I hold my hands up. I hold my hands up. Yes, I'm being electronically tortured still. Yes, I've still got all that going on. Yes, it's all that is happening. But the truth of the matter is that the reason why I'm not sleeping is, as far as I know anyway, I don't know for sure, but the reason I'm not sleeping is not actually because of my neighbors. It's because I've been working so much on the editing and, you know, staying up late to make sure certain footage is uploaded and certain clips have been, you know, been stabilized or what have you. So like staying up and making sure that the clips are stabilized, making sure that the sound quality is okay, making sure that everything is okay. Like it's a lot of work to do. So that's basically the reason I've been staying up so late. Now, given that I don't have that many views on my channel, you go to my channel, I don't even have 100 views most of the time. Like, it's like, what, at most 20 to 30 views. So I don't get that many views on my channel. But honestly, this is a labor of love. A labor of love is basically why I do what I do. And the thing is, with the gang stalking and with me being as emotionally unstable as I am, because, as you know, I might, you know, cognitively there might not be anything wrong with me, but my emotions are quite unstable because of all the trauma that I've been subjected to. Having a job and keeping one is difficult. So the avenue that I go through is to use my hobbies as an opportunity to develop and hone my skills in timekeeping, in organization, as well as technical skills like editing. I use my hobbies as an opportunity to build up my skill set. So that's what I'm doing right now. That's how I'm approaching it, you know, because I can do it in my own time. I don't have to, because I don't have that many views and because I don't have that many people following me, there are certain things I can afford to do in my own time. There are certain things I can afford to do in my own time because I don't get that many views and I don't get that many people engaging with my work. That's just all my hobbies, whatever. I don't get that many people engaging with what I've put out. So that actually gives me the space and room to refine and hone what I'm doing. And it gives me the time to develop my skill set when I'm not working or studying. I can't afford to study, and working is a problem because of my, again, the trauma and, you know, the psychological portion of gang stalking tends to be worse in a working situation. So, you know, I'm using my hobbies to learn and develop new skills. So that's essentially what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing all this. You know. So yeah. That's what I've been doing. That's why I've been, you know, having fucked up sleeping patterns, and because of the trauma that I'm subjected to, because of the racism and the ableism that's aimed at me. And it's not constant, but it's like, it's enough to where I don't want to be around people. I stay indoors, but that what I tend to do is that if I'm in a disadvantageous situation, for example, me being agoraphobic because of all the trauma that I've been subjected to over the decades, then I tend to use my agoraphobia as an opportunity to do something. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not going to stay in all day, you know, and just fucking do nothing and just allow myself to rust. Like, I'm going to do something. I'm going to cook. I'm going to fucking do my readings. You know, I'm going to learn about finances. I'm going to do my research about gang stalking. I'm going to make arrangements to, you know, to travel to important places to find out more about electrosensitivity, even though, ironically, I'm surrounded by technology all the fucking time. If I'm going to be stuck indoors because people are bullying me and people are torturing me, if I'm going to stay indoors because of that, I'm going to do something. And I'm going to do something that I enjoy doing. So I'm not going to let the effects of torture stop me from living my fucking life. And especially when, you know, especially if that would mean that I leave other innocent people and other targeted individuals in the dust. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. The whole reason I even started Empress Justice Tarot was because of TIs. That's the only reason I even started that shit. That's the only reason I even started Empress Justice Tarot, is because of targeted individuals. Because I know there were targeted individuals out there like me. Not many, but there were people like me who, you know, who enjoyed alchemy and who enjoyed studying it, who was aware of how alchemy was being used against us, but didn't throw the baby out with the bathwater, because we were still interested in the zodiac, and it helped us to develop our, you know, it helped us to develop our self-esteem. So I wanted to create Empress Justice Tarot for people like myself. There wouldn't have been many, but that's what I created Empress Justice Tarot for in the first place. People like me who were stuck in a trafficking situation by their own government, unable to trust anybody, unable to trust their own family, unable to trust their friends, wary of dating life because of honeypots. So I wanted to appeal to people like me who weren't Christian and who saw the tarot as a refuge, because the tarot and astrology, they became a refuge to me during a time where I was being tortured. When I couldn't fucking walk and I had to crawl everywhere in this flat, I was still doing readings. I was still doing readings. Once again, not getting very many views, but I was out there. So if I'm going to be tortured into being in my house all the time, if I'm going to be tortured into being in physical pain or into being ill or into being anything like that, trust and believe I'm going to use that time to make the most of the skills that I have, that I can use whilst I'm in this position. I'm going to use it, and I'm not going to dawdle. Only in this case, I'm dawdling slightly because, you know, I'm a bit tired. I haven't slept, but I'm not going to dawdle. There's too much to be done at the end of the day. There is too much to fucking be done. There is too much to fucking be done. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I do know that right now, there is shit that I have to do. And nobody is about to stop me. My will is immortal. My will is immortal. My name won't be immortal, but my will is. Trust and believe. I'm not going to be famous. And if I am, I'm not going to see it. But my will is immortal. My will is eternal. I'm a co-creator with spirit. Best believe my will is eternal. There is way too much for me to do. So again, if I'm going to be emotionally suffering because of other people's behavior, I'm going to find a way to utilize it towards something positive so that other people can benefit and other people can get out of their homes and face down their attackers in a way that I never could. I want to give people the tools to do that. And my tarot readings and, you know, me getting online and talking about what I know and sharing the benefit of my experience, that's part of enabling people to do that. Fuck these lies and fuck their racism and fuck the lies, fuck the racism, fuck the nonsense. If people want to be cunts and you know, use that as their go-to, that's up to them. Genetics are one of the most beautiful and incredible. It's one of the most incredible marvels of nature there is, like DNA and genetics. Imagine these fucking cunts turning around and turning it into something awful, or turning them genetics into something awful. Genetics are responsible for so many different types of plant and animal and person even. Character can be formed by DNA. All these wonderful things that are coming from DNA. Trust some of these people to come along and fucking ruin it with their fucking antics. I'm just tidying up my cards here, hang on. But anyway, I gotta go. So to recap, yeah, I'm being lied about again, but that's to be expected. And the racist thing is to be expected as well. So yeah, I'm not saying that it doesn't bother me. It does. The racism does bother me. It's draining. The harassment does bother me. It's draining. But again, that it's a sign of madness to keep doing the same shit. They're not going to stop doing it. And because people are afraid of me, they're going to try to weaponize that against me as a bid to make me look like some kind of mastermind. I'm not entirely sure how somebody. Okay, I'm trying to put this together. I've basically been talking about my own government trafficking me, and everybody around here has called me crazy, and I've been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia even though I don't have it. So it's like, how do people manage to become scared of me if I'm not telling the truth about gang stalking, and I'm not telling the truth about how punitive psychiatry works, and how, you know, how gang stalking is reinforcing racism, and gang stalking is starting wars, and gang stalking. If I'm not telling the truth, then why are people scared of me? Why are people scared of me? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you can't tell me that some loopy ass person is going to talk about fucking voice to skull, like being remotely hypnotized and shit. You're not gonna tell me that some mentally ill person is talking about being remotely hypnotized and shit through voice to skull. You're not gonna tell me that they're gonna say that. You're not gonna tell me that they're gonna say neighbors are involved in using punitive psychiatry to fucking traffic you. You're not gonna say all of these things and have people be afraid of you. Okay, fine, they might keep their distance because they think you're fucking nuts, but scared? Fear? What have you been doing? What have you been doing? If you're that afraid of me with me saying all this outlandish crap, what have you been doing? There's got to be some truth in the outlandish crap if you're afraid of me. There's just no way. There's just no way. And for those who are unfamiliar with my YouTube, look on my YouTube. I asked Lockheed, are you testing on citizens? Are you testing on personnel? They couldn't answer me. They could have said, no, we're not. They chose not to answer the question. Why are you going to choose not to answer the question if you're not testing on personnel and you're not testing on human subjects unlawfully? Why are you going to dodge the question? And why is it when Dr. Catherine Horton sent a letter to, made a data access request and sent a letter to, I think it was GCHQ she sent a letter to. Why would she send a letter talking about how she was unfairly put on a watch list, only for the government to respond back to her saying, yeah, we are doing that, but it's trivial? If it wasn't true, why would that happen? You see, fear makes people stupid. They don't think of these things. But then again, if none of what I'm saying is true, then why would you be scared? Now, no, I haven't been calling people evil. I've been too fucking tired to do that. I haven't been sleeping. So, like, what look like? Do I look like I got time to be fucking obsessing over little kids? I am almost 40 years old. Like, how the fuck would I look obsessing over little kids? I ain't got the fucking time. That's how I know the adults around them ain't raising them well. Because how the fuck do you not teach a child that an adult is not going to sit there obsessing over children? How do you not teach your children that? And how do you not teach your children to have respect for anybody? Like, fuck the age. How do you teach your children that they're better than everybody else because of their race? And only their race? But anyway, let me get off this phone, yo. I'm going to check if my route is here. It might actually be here. They like, the postman likes to drop stuff off like a thief in the night and then leave. It's like a thief in the night in reverse. They just drop stuff off in secret, then just scuttle away or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to check if my router's come. So yeah, there's 2 people online. Like, who've dropped in? Audience, there's 2 people here. Yeah, there were 2 people online. Now there's only 1. So I don't know who's online, but thank you for stopping by, and thank you for watching the video. You've missed quite a bit of it. Like those who have been online, they've missed quite a bit of the video. You can see it on YouTube. It's basically me just talking about what latest nonsense the gang stalkers have done, and then just me rambling about other stuff adjacent to that. So it's like, yeah. But thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for stopping in. And now I'm going to see if my router is here so I can get some fucking sleep. Okay? So I love you guys much. Take care. Peace and blessings. Mwah. Bye bye.